How's it going, guys? Welcome to day 8 of this 10-day starter course where we are learning one of the most famous guitar songs of all time, and we're learning it on ukulele. This is how to play House of the Rising Sun. This is again sort of consolidating a lot of the things that we learned earlier in this course, how we can be in a key, in this case A minor, and the other chords associated that are the same as the key of C, which is where we started. So if you're unsure about the key of C and you think this might be a bit much for you, days 1, 2 and 3 basically are the ones to check out, and then you might be able to come back to this one and learn this song without an issue. You might be able to learn it straight off the bat as well, but this is to a different count as well. So not only have we got not really the chord changes should be okay for us at this point, but doing that with this strumming can be different. So the strumming pattern we're going for is down, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now this is to a count of 6 really, because we can think of this song really as being in 6/8 is the way that I would choose to teach this. So per chord we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the main pulse is on the 1 and the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now there are different ways that we could count it. Some people would think of it as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, kind of waltz time. But it's best to count to 6 because then it's per chord as well. So we start off on the A minor chord. And if we just think of it as the count, the first 4 chords are the A minor, C, D, and F. The chord sheet that I'm using is linked to in the description of this YouTube video, or you can find it on the website. It should be just embedded underneath the video. And we will go A minor, C, D, F, 6 strums per chord. The pulse are a louder strum on 1 and 4. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when you're comfortable with that, we can increase the difficulty of that strumming to make it sound cooler to 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 on down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. All strumming with the first finger, a little bit more towards the neck, but rather than over the sound hole for a bit of a bit twangy there. That tends to be where we want to strum. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and change to the C. A house to the D chord. In New Orleans, F. They call it's a C chord to what is an E chord, and the E is a lot trickier. It's almost kind of bar chord shape if we think about it, but we're not barring. Just the first finger, little, third, and second. As the chord diagram shows. Some people would prefer to perhaps do this with a little finger or third finger, but I think for most people's hands, to enable kids, teenagers, everyone to be able to do this, most people are going to prefer it this way. Okay, we could have that thumb a little bit higher, that would be cool. Just trying to be as clear as possible. Remembering to keep all fingers apart from the first finger as much on the tip at all times. So really getting those claw hands working. And it's very similar to those first 2 lines throughout the whole song. There are differences which we will look at, but it's mostly that. One more time with the strumming pattern that I would prefer you to go for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A minor to a C to a D to an F. A minor they call a C chord to the new E chord. And then it's the same as that first line again. And it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. and God. This is where it changes slightly. A minor, E major, and finish on A minor. Now this bit's a bit weird because that A minor that the verse finishes with is like the first one of the verse again. It sort of loops from there. So there's not too much that should catch us out. Maybe the A minor, E major, and God I know. But by the time we get to I'm one, we're just going round A minor, C, and D, and an F. Okay, so essentially, the real other reason I want to cover this song for you guys is because there's a lot of verses to this song, there's a lot of lyrics, and if you are following your chord sheet and just looking at each chord as it comes up, you're going to find this a lot trickier to do, and what you need to do is spot the pattern and just practice the pattern as in any repeating sequence, which here is that top line, for example, happens a lot in the song, and then the second line, it varies slightly, but not too much. It still kind of follows a pattern, and every verse is actually identical. Every verse is absolutely identical, and it's just this pattern that goes throughout, even throughout the, what in the Animals version would be the organ solo and stuff. So spot that pattern, try and memorize that pattern on your fretboard, rather than just seeing each chord as it comes up and going, oh, it's a D chord next, oh, it's an F chord next. That's not the way to think about it. Try and remember the pattern and try and just use your chord sheet as a prompt for what the next section is or what the next chord is, just as a refresher. Okay, so let's do the first verse in its entirety together. Just strum 6 times if you want, but we'll be doing 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6 hands. For those of you that can join into that one. And join in with me in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a house in New Orleans. Second line. They call the rising sun. Third line. And it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God I know. Here, just follow those chords, very similar to the first line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm one. So to C and D, F, A minor, E. Same again, A minor, E. That's always the musical interludes. Second verse. My mother was a tailor. What did she sew? She sewed my new blue jeans. What about your father, Bob? My father, he was a gambling man. Where? Down in New Orleans. Following that chord sheet. D, F, A minor, E, A minor. What's the only thing a gambler needs? Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. That's 2 things, but we'll let him off. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's on a drunk and a C and D and F, A minor, E. When you're changing there, change early. If you notice, this chord It's nothing, but it doesn't particularly sound bad. So if you need help going from the A minor to the E, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and, you know, you want to get used to trying to make this shape before you put your fingers down. Have a watch. 4, 5 and 6 and, you know, go super early and try and make the shape of a chord before you put it down. That's definitely going to be the bit that catches most people out. And that is how to play House of the Rising Sun. That is our song for day 8 of this 10-day starter course. Thank you so much for checking out these videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make your requests of more ukulele songs. And I will see you again for day 9 when you are ready. There's no pressure with this course to do them back to back every day, but it's there ready and waiting for you when you're ready and when you've got the things that we looked at in today's video.